Hi, I'm Dr. Kevin Skinner. Over the past 20 plus years, I've worked with individuals dealing with sexual betrayal, sexual infidelity in their lives and in their relationship. I'm often asked this question, and that's one of the reasons why I'm recording this video. The question is, can we survive infidelity? Can we survive an affair? Now, the answer to the question is a very important one in our culture today. Let me give you the stats of why. Today, based upon a Forbes research 2024, there is good evidence that suggests that up to 6 out of 10 divorces, one of the reasons they're giving for the divorce is because of infidelity and sexual betrayal. Interestingly then, can we survive it? The answer to the question is yes, we can. But unfortunately, many couples don't know where to turn. They spend sometimes months and even years getting information that may or may not be helpful. Sometimes they turn to individuals and those individuals don't respond well. Let me give you a couple of examples of that. In 2017, I gave a TED Talk, The Other Side of Infidelity. And in that TED Talk, I talked about how betrayed partners experience this new information from the infidelity. And in that TED Talk, I talked about some very specific stories where people, friends, family, even religious leaders didn't respond well. Now, when we don't get good information, we usually get bad outcomes. So can a marriage survive infidelity? There are so many important factors that many people overlook that they don't even know that they need to be aware of. For example, is it infidelity or is it sexual compulsivity, a higher amount of sexual activity outside of this committed relationship? In addition, do individuals have ADHD and sexual behaviors? And why do I say ADHD? Often we see in our work that up to 1 in 3 people who come to our clinical office wanting help to stop their sexual behaviors are dealing with ADHD. Take the general population, and that might be 4 to 6% of our population have ADHD. So what we're recognizing is there are a lot of factors that influence relationships, that influence our ability to be in relationships, compulsivity or not compulsivity. Is it just an affair? Many times people aren't getting the right information. And the consequences is they're maybe not being treated for what they really need to be treated for. Now, some people say, wait a second, is there such a thing as sexual addiction? Does it even exist? Well, the DSM-5 does not have it as a diagnosis. But what about sexual compulsivity? Not that either. Hypersexuality? That's not in the DSM-5. So really then, what are the specific symptoms or signs of sexual behaviors that separate it from infidelity? Now, these are important questions to be asking because if we don't treat what a person's actually experiencing, then really we're probably not helping them the best we can. A few years ago, as a personal example of that, I had an individual come to my office and he wanted help to overcome his affair. Now, I assumed it was an affair, and I say just an affair. I don't mean to say just, but the reality is he was seeking help to repair his marriage after his sexual betrayal. And I thought we made pretty good progress. A few years later, he contacted me again. In this situation, he was not only having another affair, but he was having an affair with his affair partner. As I started looking and gave him an assessment, I quickly realized that there were many things that I missed in the beginning because it was more than just an infidelity. It was a series of unfaithful behaviors coupled with porn use, coupled with some other sexual activities. And it quickly got to the point where I realized this person needed more support than I had originally given him. Now, the consequence of that is many situations we wait until it's too long or things have occurred or transpired that perhaps, if I had been aware, could have been prevented. That's something that I look back on and say, how many people in our culture today are not being diagnosed properly, are not being treated properly because they clearly aren't being assessed to understand what's actually happening in their individual lives and in their relationships. Now, the original question is can we survive infidelity? The betrayed partner, I haven't even mentioned the trauma that they experience, the PTSD symptoms, feeling overwhelmed, not being able to sleep, not knowing who to trust. There are many factors that are going to determine whether a couple can survive infidelity. But without the proper information, many couples try to do it on their own. They may turn to others and not get very good advice. The end consequence is that many couples, up to 6 out of 10, who are filing for divorce are saying it's because of sexual betrayal. I often wonder, had they had the right information at the right time and been treated properly with the right skill set, professionals who understand how to deal with sexual betrayal and infidelity, could their marriage have been better? Could they have made it through it? Could their relationship have survived with that information? It's a question we ask. The answer in my clinical experience is if people don't wait, if they get the right information and they act quickly, they can circumvent some of the struggles that those couples who are not making it can. Now, there are times when it's not appropriate or not healthy for couples to make it. I absolutely understand that there are definitely those times where it's like, it's probably best to move on because your values no longer match or because the pain is so deep and so profound. So there are many complexities, and anybody who tells you otherwise is giving you misinformation. It's not going to be easy. Is it worth it? It depends if you got two people who are willing to really put in some work and to reclaim their lives and in reality to have a better, deeper marriage. We can't live as we've lived. Unfortunately, people don't understand what it takes. They don't have the right information. And as a consequence, they make efforts, but usually those efforts without the right information at the right time, it's delayed. And the consequence is they try to do these things on their own, and it usually doesn't work. Flying solo, when you have professionals who can support you, it doesn't work very well. All right, so I guess my invitation to you is this. Get the right information. Get help from people who genuinely understand it. And when I say help, someone who's certified in understanding how to help infidelity, affairs, sexual betrayal, certified sex addiction therapists, certified partner trauma therapists who work specifically with infidelity. These are all good starting points. So my hope is that this information at least gets you thinking about, can a relationship survive after sexual betrayal? Whatever you choose to do, don't take for granted that you're here, you're trying to learn. Don't minimize your efforts. You probably aren't sleeping well. You probably are struggling with emotional distress, and you're looking for help. If you are looking for help and you'd like some extra guidance, I'll put a link in here where you can at least learn about some drop-in groups where you can have some support if you choose. And you can also learn more information about an upcoming course that I provide and our team provides to help individuals who've been through betrayal and those who are trying to repair their relationship after their unfaithful behaviors. All right, thanks for your time today. Yes, a relationship can survive. I'm not going to be blow smoke, and I'm not going to lie about it. It's going to be one of the more difficult things you'll do, but you probably already know that. But there are solutions. There are pathways. I've been seeing the success of that over the past 20 plus years as I've worked to help couples repair their relationship, rebuild the relationship after sexual betrayal. All right, thanks for your time. May you be blessed.